you on Friday. I see you on Friday, but it's Saturday. I'll tell you all about the delay because it's Taurus season and Taurus rules the neck, the throat, and the voice. So I'm gonna speak about it because 3 days ago on Wednesday, I was cycling home after my tattoo laser removal on the left side, and I got some involuntarily flying lessons because all of a sudden a wild industrial lawnmower appeared. So I fell on my left side, and your girl was hurt for the past 3 days. Hurt, resting, recovering, and reflecting. Because, a fun fact, this happened in Aries season when the sun was on 27 degrees. So, the sun in Aries, I am 27 degrees, Gemini degree, very communicative. So, after that happened, I started calling and I started typing and stuff. And best believe that yesterday, before the sun entered Taurus, I got my retribution. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I'm capable of. And I will not shy away from getting it, getting what I deserve, and opening my mouth or taking the right action. As I was recovering, I also came across this video of a woman and she got interviewed and someone asked her, "So you're a cycle breaker?" And she said, "No, I am a cycle starter." Know exactly who you are and step into that purpose, step into your essence and produce accordingly. But how? Seeing which house Taurus or which houses Taurus falls for you, as Taurus has the dominant phrase, I have. So, what do you have? What comes with all your essence? I know I am legally very strong. And when I start typing, don't type with me, just call me. But when I start typing, I don't know, but I get what I need to get. Step into your purpose. Are you a breaker? Are you a starter? Are you aggressive? Are you a peacemaker? Know exactly what it is and use it accordingly to grow, to expand. As Jupiter is still in Taurus, so so expanding everything. And this Taurus season will be ruled by Venus, currently in Aries. So it's all about you. But Venus will be coming home in Taurus, so it's all about what you have. All that all that essence and what can you make with it, as Taurus is also a fixed earth sign. So fixed earth, every springtime flowers start to bloom, animals start to have babies. It's a time for production, to produce. Are we still going to use these springtimes to build a foundation, or are we going to build up? Do we have a stable foundation? Look at your Taurus placements. You look at the aspects in for your Taurus placements, and if you are ready to go up, because we have been building this safety net for ourselves. But when are we going to test it? The only way to test it is to take that leap of faith. I'm not saying you need to fall, but be sure, have faith that when you're going to fall, you took enough care for yourself to say, "I'm good." I mean, like, I cannot test here, but I can test here. So go up, take that leap of faith. Before we start with the upcoming monthly overview for the rising signs in Taurus season, I have three things to announce. Well, the first thing was I'm still a little hurt. Pray for me. Thank you. But oh yeah, these monthly overviews. So we're doing it in a new way because we're doing it together. It's not just me. I'm helping you grow, but you need to give me a little input. So these monthly overviews, are you liking them these ways? In this way, where I'm talking about the ascendants, and we're going to talk about what the ascendant is going to or can expect for the upcoming month, or would you like to go back to 4 weeks and 40 minutes? Mercury is still very much in its last retrograde degrees, but that um with the aspects video, that's the last fourth and last part of astrology 101. After that, you'll definitely get it. But give me some input, or are you not ready to give any input? Like, give me a rising sign, give me a planetary placement or anything I can work with, or I'll just, yeah, find a birth chart myself, make a birth chart myself. Either way, we're in this together. Help me, help you. Give me some bricks so I can build, and then we can stay in that house together. But stop with the metaphors and take three. Because someone told me, how do I find these transits? How do I know in which house this full moon in Scorpio on 4 degrees will happen for me? I got you, but you need to have astrology master, because we were going through astrology master, and I told him, like, well, we were going through it together, and his view was different than mine. And I told him that's probably because yours is in New York. And it's not that I do not believe you are in New York, but put it on the Netherlands. So be sure about your location. Like I say, all these things with the dates especially are are for the Netherlands, are Dutch times, because this full moon will happen like 2 in Europe. So in Asia, it may be happening on the 23rd of April. No, I just looking. So the top right, we have the world chart. So for where you are right now, and you see I put mine in the Hague, the Netherlands. So right here, right now, it's Virgo rising, and the ascendant is quite conjunct Lilith. Yeah. But we want to go to the 24th of April, and we want to see when the full moon is. I already did some research, so it will be happening like 2 or something. So then we look up, it's a Taurus season, so the sun is on 4 degrees in Taurus. Let's not look at the 19 minutes for now. And in opposition of Taurus, we have the moon on 4 degrees. 37 minutes. The minutes isn't really necessary. It's more about the degrees, but we'll be talking about that in the degree video. But for example, if I go to 7 o'clock, not only does the ascendant change, like I talked about in the houses video, but we can also see that the moon is on 7 degrees already. But this doesn't say anything for you because, again, this is the world chart. So we like to go to our own chart, and I'm not going to take my birth chart. I'm going to take the birth chart of this dude that still owes me €100. So I must put you in the spotlight because the full moon will be happening in your first house anyway. Because look, so the time is still the same, the 24th of April, 7:28, and the moon will be on 7 degrees. And as we can see, his first house isn't really starting on 0 degrees of Scorpio. His first house starts on 1.5 degree. So we know that the full moon, let's go back 5 hours. The full moon for moon on 4 degrees, sun on 4 degrees in his seventh house will be happening on 4 degrees in his first house. Ha! Geef me €100 terug. But that's how that works. And that's why I also said in the houses video, do not give your information just to anyone because some people might just expose you and some people might just use it with ill will. Did I help? Yeah, but thank you for being an example. So let's start with the monthly overview for the upcoming Taurus season. For our Leo risings, the sun will be transiting from 0 degrees in Taurus until 29 degrees in Taurus, predominantly your 10th house of career, of legacy, what you will be leaving behind and what you will be known for in the world. As the sun will be transiting in your 10th house, it will be in a conjunction with Jupiter, the expander, how you grow, and Jupiter has been in your 10th house for 12 to 13 months. Let me stop saying 10th house. Jupiter has been in Taurus for 12 to 13 months. We'll be transiting into Gemini next month, I guess. But we had a conjunction last year with Jupiter as we're starting to grow, starting to expand, starting to broaden our view, broaden our horizon, broaden what our legacy can bring. And we're going into a new conjunction as we're ending this old cycle of I expand in what I have, I expand in what I produce, and going into a new cycle of I expand in what I produce, but then let's not talk about it yet. And later we'll be in a conjunction with Uranus, the planet of evolution, the planet of futuristic innovation, and also the planet of rebellion. So maybe it is a little weird, maybe it is a little iffy, but someone has to do it. And probably people will be saying, Leo rising, Leo sun, oh, you're so egotistical, you do it all for yourself. But hey, if my cup isn't full, how can I fill your cup? Even though I have 2 drops, if I give you two. Something we need to learn sometimes. You first. And that's what we had to learn in Aries season. You first. If you don't have that knowledge, how can you make your future with it? If you cannot expand with what you have, your life force, the fact that you wake up, the fact that you can go out, the fact that you can, your life force, ninth house, Aries in your ninth house, in your 10th house. How can you make your legacy, your future? How can you make your long-term goals come into fruition? You first. You grow and expand. And as the sun will be in a conjunction with Jupiter, very favorable transit. Always doesn't matter if it's in Taurus or not. But as it will be in a conjunction with Taurus, I expand in what I have. I am what I have. What do you produce? You're very sure of it now. You've been doing it for a year. F those 10,000 hours. You got it. You got you. Later on, the sun will be in a conjunction with that rebellious planet Uranus. And all of a sudden, I thought about like 7 years ago, I started guerrilla farming. And 7 years ago, Uranus entered Taurus. Taurus, that's a producer of fruits, of food, of wealth. Food is wealth. Seeds are wealth. Well, I thought like these seeds are actually very valuable. I'm going to the market every week, and if I'm going to save them the whole time, like let me just try to mix some feminine trees, flowers with this masculine flowers because oh, this also reminded me of I was talking to a friend, and yeah, she told me like hemp seeds they clean the earth they grow in, and poppy seeds they grow like everywhere. So like seeds always grow everywhere, but that made me think about this video I saw, but I think she's called the Black Forager on Instagram or something. But she remixed this video, and someone said, "I didn't know I could eat the lemons on off a tree I see on street." Well, actually, you can because that's a masculine lemon, so it's never been like pollinated. It's never really like pollinated or something. No, it's a feminine lemon because feminine trees grow fruits, but it's never been pollinated, seeded, so you can't eat it. And that's because um, actually racism, and they thought like, okay, only masculine trees because masculine trees don't grow fruit, and that's why all these allergies are flaring up because masculine trees have a lot of pollen, a lot of seeds, and they get into people's noses and stuff, and there are not enough feminine trees to say like, okay, we're going to take them and then we're going to bear cherries and lemons and kiwis and stuff because yeah, racism, industrial revolution, and oh yeah, classism. No, you're so poor. You're looking for cherries on a tree. Someone has to be the weird one. Someone has to be the odd one out. That's all I'm trying to say. Maybe it's you with your papaya seeds. Go, grow. I believe in you. I so believe in you. Cancerrisings, I hope you're okay, especially with that lunar eclipse in your fourth house of home life and that solar eclipse in your 10th house of public life. Like, it's a little bit of annoying axis as the Emun Coli and the midheaven are on that axis too. So it's the subconscious motivation and the conscious motivation. Well, I hope that solar eclipse pushed you to say, this is what motivates me to invest my life source, as we're off to the sun transit in your 11th house of hopes, aspirations, and your future orientation. And notice how I say your. Where do you put your life source in? Because if you don't show up, like I just said to Leo, if you don't show up, how can you say, this is how I invest my energy? This is how I invest my care. This is how I nurture. Make sure that you are good first so you can do what you do best. Make sure that your life source, your essence is good first so you can produce exactly what is needed for your future, your legacy, and your future, your legacy, and your future orientations. A new cycle. Well, it's almost a new cycle for you, but yeah, let's close off this cycle by being a little more selfish this time around. But first, we have the full moon in Scorpio on 4 degrees. This will be happening for you in your fifth house of creativity, leisure, romance. Dominant phrase, I desire, 4 degrees, Cancerian degree, nurture your desires. ruled by Pluto in Capricorn. I empower my knowledge. You know exactly, this is what I do desire, this is what I do not desire. And sometimes you do need to cut off bonds. Sometimes you need to say, okay, I will leave the home life to create my public life, to create my persona. And if you leave the home life, you start being more creative, start thinking about your romantic endeavor, start thinking about how you spend your leisure time in order to grow and expand in your future orientation. And this is what you're hoping for. But create it. Create by following, by nurturing your desires. This is what you want. This is not because mom said, because dad said, because in my spirit, subconsciously, I feel like consciously, what consciously motivates you. Be conscious about your conscious motivations. That solar eclipse, lunar eclipse energy will be lasting. So yeah, conscious. Off to the last quarter in Aquarius on 11 degrees. And this last quarter will be ruled by Uranus in Taurus. I evolve in what I have, but we need to let go in order to grow. Evolving in what you have by letting go. Okay, some things we see cannot be unseen. Annoying, I know. Some things we learn can never be unlearned. Annoying, I know. But you can evolve? Yeah, you can evolve by going deeper, by going further. And as your Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is going to enter your 12th house of Gemini, expand in focus, expand in one place instead of going here, there, everywhere. Go deep into whatever you think like this is what I need to invest in. And let go of what doesn't work. Just let go. Be like the Aquarius. The last quarter, 11 degrees, Aquarian degree, emotionally detached. Has a lot of love for the people, but for the people, I need to let go. And for me, I need to not show. After the new moon in Taurus, which will be happening on your. Oh yeah, by the way, that last quarter in Aquarius will be happening in your eighth house of desires. Free from desire, mind just a terrified. The new moon in Taurus will be happening in your 11th house of your hopes, intentions, and future orientation in Taurus on the 8th of May on 18 degrees, which is the Virgo degree. Practical, analytical, analyze what is it and how am I going towards it? Because if in your feeling, in your spirit, this isn't going to bring me there, you're not going to move there anyway. Crabby dabby dabby. But in your spirit, no, nah, this is it, and this isn't it. This new moon in Taurus will be ruled by Venus in Taurus. Yeah, this new this new moon in Taurus will be ruled by Venus in Taurus. So new moon, new me. I love what I have. I have what I love. What do you have? Let go of others desires and hold on to your desires. You need to grow, you need to expand, you need to enjoy this life. And that what you want to nurture, take care for. And that nurture, that offspring, again, doesn't have to be children necessarily with that full moon, because maybe it's going to shine a light on, oh, I would like to open a shop, and with that shop, I know someone who had a coffee shop, and that coffee shop was his child. So yeah, like it doesn't really necessarily has to be, but something you can take care for, something you can nurture for. And if someone wants to tell you like just take a puppy, hey, it's 2024, you take a puppy with your old age. So with this new moon, be very sure about like this is me, not because someone else told. Now you have a puppy. No, you just open a shop if you're capable of it. You know exactly because you're a Cancer rising. I don't know where your sun is, but if you're a Capricorn, talk to me now. And we'll end the month with the first quarter in Leo on the 15th of the 15th of May, and this first quarter will be happening on 25 degrees. 25 degrees is the Aries degree. So I will create. I will create and rule by the sun in your 11th house in Taurus. Again, of course, not in your 11th house. Look it up. But forming that square, and it's a time to take action. If you really want to have it, start doing, start creating, make it your will, and your wish is a command, but you have to make the wish. So, like I said, in this Taurus season, it's time to speak up. If you got a problem, speak up. Your ruling planet, Gemini Virgo rising, is messing me up, moving retrograde in a fire sign. But I cannot imagine having a fire sun and a Gemini Virgo rising right now. Or anyhow. Either way, Gemini rising, Mercury will be moving retrograde until the 25th of April in your 11th house of hopes, aspirations, and your future orientation. On the 25th of April, it will start moving direct again, and on the 15th of May, it will enter Taurus, also known as your 12th house of your greater subconscious, okay, the subconscious, and your self undoing it. Enjoy. Virgo rising, kind of like same thing, will be moving retrograde until the 25th of April in your 8th house of transformation, healing, secrets, and will be moving into Taurus, also known as your 9th house, on the 15th of May, and will end Taurus season on the 6th on 6 degrees in Taurus. Both beware of the post shadow phase until the 9th of May. I am done with y'all. Taurus Libra rising. We're flying first class up in the sky. As your ruling planet, Venus, will be entering her first home sign, Bullshit planet, of Taurus on the 29th of April. But before she does that, she'll be in a conjunction with Chiron, the wounded healer. And this will happen for our Taurus risings in your 12th house. So in your subconscious, your greater conscious. And even though Venus is also home in Libra, so it's in her detriment sign in Aries, we needed that minute to say, I actually love who I am. I actually love what I bring to the table and how I do it. Because I'm going to say it all reading long. If you don't present yourself, how can you give your energy? How can you give your care? How can you give whatever you bring to the table? And of course, someone may say, "Oh, you're late. Oh, you're slow. Oh, you take your time too much." Someone has to be diligent. Someone has to take the right amount of action. Someone has to be patient enough to see the flower bloom. And thank you, Taurus risings. Thank you, Taurus placements, for being patient enough to say it will work out. It will come into fruition, but you just need to leave it be. Be patient enough. I don't need to tell the Taurus rising that, but for everyone else watching, be patient enough. So yeah, that's actually kind of that wound for the Taurus, isn't it? In your 12th house, in your subconscious. Let it be. Let it be. It brought you as far as you are right now, and you are highly functioning, aren't you? And it could be better, couldn't it? So there's still enough space. There's still enough time. So take it. Have fun. And it will enter your first house of, yeah, you. I love who I am. I love what I have. I love what I do. I love you too. For our Libra risings, Venus will transit from your 7th house of partners and relationships into your 8th house of desires, transformation, healing, and the things we don't really like to bring to the light. But before it will enter your 8th house of desires, it will be in a conjunction with Chiron in the 7th house of partnerships. So Chiron in Aries, that me wound, I have a wound in these partnerships I would like to start, or I already started. People may say you're a little too diplomatic, trying to think about two sides too much, even though you'd like to grow. Okay, let's take the romance out of it for a second. For example, I bought some stock, but I eventually found out that it's over the bodies of little children in Africa, and I was like, "Ugh." but it's about what you can gain with it, because what do you desire to do with it? Even though you have that, you're like thinking about to, okay, I want to be here, but it brought you as far as you are right now, like I just said to Taurus. And what do you actually want to reach with those traits, with those qualities that you have? Because we're entering, Venus will be entering your eighth house of desires. What do you actually desire to have? Where do you actually desire to be? What do you actually want to do with all these traits that you have? It's not for nothing unless you use it for nothing. Aries. I wanted to ask, like, how are you doing with bringing those dreams into reality? But first things first, I forgot to ask Libra how they're doing, because you had to do with that solar eclipse in Aries, lunar eclipse in Libra thing on the relationship axis, relationship with you, yourself, your own identity, and the relationship with the people outside of you. You good? Yeah, yeah, you good. Either way, how are you doing with making those dreams a reality? With Mars, I act in Pisces. I act on my dreams. It's almost time to bring them to a reality, as Mars will be entering you, your home sign, the first house, Aries rising, on the 30th of April. But before it will enter Aries, it will be in a conjunction with the haze, Neptune. Uh, because Neptune, dominant phrase, I dream. In Pisces, dominant phrase, I dream, or I believe, I dream my beliefs, I believe my dreams. How are you doing with bringing those dreams to a reality and making it work for you? Like, yeah, make it tangible. Make it, it's your subconscious. You are a genius too. Like Aries, I know because you have that such fiery childlike energy. People, for the Aries sun, people don't really see you as someone who's very intelligent or very thriving. Surprise them. just surprise them. I mean, that's the greatest thing of all. The way I surprise people by saying it was not my fault. And the accident was not. Use that pizzazz. Mars will be traveling from 21 degrees in Pisces until 15 degrees in Aries in Taurus season. Off to the generational planets. Joop, joop, joop. For the Sagittarius risings, traveling in your sixth house of work, your habits, your routines, your health, and pets. But let's just focus on work first, because I think you've been going through it, haven't you? Jupiter wants to expand, wants to grow here and there and in the house of your work. But sometimes I remember all of a sudden, at some point, I was sitting in the car on the highway when I still went to work with the car. And I thought, like, whoa, this is going to be my highway until my retirement. And I think for a Sagittarius, and especially a Sagittarius rising, that may be a little too restrictive. Like, is this it? No. And you can always grow. Who said, like, you have the same 24 hours in a day like Beyonce? Use them wisely. And didn't I say, like, 8 hours of sleep? That's what we try. 8 hours of work. That's what we try. Let's make it maximum of 10. So we are at 18 hours. We still have six left. So with those 6 hours, you can do a lot. And use an innovative way, because if the last few years have shown you something, it's innovation. Like all of a sudden, I had to use Microsoft Teams the other day. The Bitcoin, everyone is on the stock market. Everyone is like flipping houses and all that stuff. What's the next big thing? Use your lucky streak, Sagittarius. Use your lucky streak, Sagittarius. Capricorn rising, and especially the people with the last degrees of Capricorn in their first house, because Saturn is in your third house of basic communication, basic knowledge, those basic skill sets. And Saturn is the achiever, is a builder, it builds new structures. I hope you're doing well with building these new structures or gaining the basic knowledge on how to build these new structures after Pluto's devastation of the past 15 years in Capricorn. And I'm saying that because Pluto is coming back in September, remember? You'll especially remember when Pluto starts moving retrograde on the 2nd of May. So those last structures that you're thinking like, oh, maybe I can still revive. So those last things of you that you're like, okay, maybe I can still be a little quirky. If you are a quirky Capricorn rising, I doubt that, but so be ready to be that stern, authoritative person that this world is needing you to be. As Saturn is moving through Pisces season in your third house from through Taurus season in your third house of Pisces from 15 degrees to 18 degrees. So 15 degrees, the Gemini degree, I think about building these new structures I am dreaming of. 16 degrees, I nurture these new structures I'm dreaming of. 17 degrees, I create these new structures I'm dreaming of. And at the end of Taurus season, we'll be landing on 18 degrees. I analyze these new structures I am dreaming of. But build that basic skills, that basic knowledge. Like you don't start with the peak. You don't start with the thing on top of the Christmas tree. Uranus, Aquarius risings. Okay, so Uranus will be traveling in your fourth house of your home life, your comfort zone, and yeah, your roots and stuff. That's a little, yeah, weird. Uranus roots, because Uranus is very eccentric, unexpected, suddenly, and the roots are very stable and deep and secure. Traveling from 21 degrees, which is the Sagittarius degree, expanding, I see. Capricorn degree, I achieve my evolution. I see my evolution, I achieve my evolution, and I know I'm evolving evolution. In your fourth house, there's a lot of people evolution coming, and maybe it's the fact that you're building your own house, your own family, your own bloodline. Neptune for the Pisces risings may be in your first house, but may also be in your second house as it's at the end of Pisces on 28, 29 degrees. Cute. Uh, uh, oh, so with the dominant phrase, I dream in Aries, I am. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. And in your second house of self worth, I am totally for this, but I do not have a lot to say to you because dream a little dream for me. Neptune will be traveling from 28 degrees in Pisces until 29 degrees in Pisces. Pluto for our Scorpio risings will be traveling in your fourth house in Aquarius. May also be your third house, like I explained in the beginning. But yeah, find it out for yourself. If it's in your fourth house of home life and your family and your comfort zone, a lot of transformation is coming there, or a lot of healing is coming there because Pluto's moving retrograde starting from the 2nd of May on the second degree in Aquarius. So depending on where 2 degrees in Aquarius is for you, love. But this retrograde will be lasting until the 12th of October and will stop in Capricorn on 29 degrees. Yeah, a lot of transformation or healing. I say healing.